What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the final installment of Spooky Funkotastic Friday. It is J-Hysteria once again, and we're going to be talking about the spookiest Funko Pop I have. And I had to kind of debate about like what I should go for when it comes to the spookiest pop. Should I do like the creepiest spooky, the scariest looking spooky, or just like ghostly spooky? So after much debate and looking at all the pops I have and which one kind of came out on the top and which ones I could actually talk about for more than just like 3 minutes, I finally came to the conclusion I'll go for the most scary looking pop. And the most scary looking pop, if you can't tell by the shirt and by my hand on Instagram, if you don't follow me yet, go follow me there now, J-Hysteria23. You will not regret it. It is Killer Croc, one of the biggest, baddest Batman villains. And this version of Killer Croc is from the Arkham Asylum game, so I'll be talking about his cameo in that mainly. And he's actually made many appearances in all the Arkham games. First one, he was like one of the many bosses. In Arkham City, I think he was like an Easter egg to find. In Arkham Origins, the prequel game, he was a boss that was like part of a group trying to hunt down Batman. And in Arkham Knight, he was an unlockable DLC story. Alright, let's get this out. And you'll see why I chose him because, I mean, just look at this guy. Like, he is just monster. He's an awesome character. While he does get kind of, doesn't get a lot of love, he is honestly one of the biggest, baddest characters that I know from the DC universe. And, like, especially for a small-time villain, because he's only on a... He's not exactly a world-dominating villain kind of scale. He's more of a city to claim kind of dominating scale. I mean, he's got his crazy teeth, his reptilian skin, his braces there from Arkham Asylum. And basically the story, his real name is Waylon Jones. And he was born with a very rare genetic condition that basically gave him a crocodile scaly appearance. As a child, he was raised by his alcoholic aunt who was very abusive. She'd call him Lizard Boy, or Reptile Freak, or just anything like that, really. But, you know, since he was growing up and seen only as a monster, he decided to use his advantage in an area that he would kind of be loved, so he became a sideshow wrestler. So, yeah, no, I forgot what he called himself there, but he may have gotten his name Killer Croc from being a wrestler and all that. Let's see, what else? Actually, before the Infinite Crisis in the DC Comics, he was believed to be the murderer of Jason Todd, the second Robin, actually one of my favorite of Robin's parents. Because in the comics, they like depicted someone that kind of matched the description of Waylon Jones, but then later it was proven that it was Two-Face that actually killed Robin's parents. So really, Robin was out for blood after Killer Croc, and then when they found out it was Two-Face, he had to back off and try and find himself. Let's see. Oh, actually, one of my favorite moments, the Nightfall Saga, which is basically the moment that Bane broke the bat. Killer Croc actually escaped from Arkham Asylum and wanted revenge against Bane because originally he was in a fight with Batman. Bane came in, broke both of Killer Croc's arms, and sent him away to Arkham Asylum. So Killer Croc came back for blood, and they were fighting. Bane broke one of his arms without any issues, but Killer Croc didn't give up that easily. He kept fighting. They were both fighting on like top of a ledge, and once the ledge broke, they fell. And so, honestly, Killer Croc is one of very few people who can say that he fought Bane, the big bad guy himself, to a draw with a broken arm of all things. But yeah, when it comes to Killer Croc, you mainly know him from the movie Suicide Squad. I'm not a big fan of that movie. It was greatly done for what was available at the time, I guess. But it could have had so much better like outcomes. And Killer Croc, he was honestly one of the best parts because like they won an Academy Award, I believe, for his costume details in that movie, which were like on point. I'm not gonna lie. But you know, I really love the video game version, especially like this version, especially because in the video game, the first one, like you play Batman, of course, and you're like this is like right at the beginning when you first see Killer Croc. You're bringing Joker in to Arkham Asylum for like the umpteenth time. You're walking down through the asylum itself, walking through all the entryways, checking out all the security that this place has finally gotten. And at one point, you're having to transport Joker onto an elevator down to the lower levels where he'll be staying. And while you're waiting, you hear one of the guards say someone's coming up. Um, you hear a bunch of growling, and the music starts intensifying. You're like, oh man, who is coming? What is this beast that's rising from the depths? And then next thing you know, all you see is this giant leatherback crouched over inside an elevator. He steps out, and he's honestly just like this. He starts sniffing the air, looks immediately at you, and starts charging towards you until his collar there starts going off and electrifying him and holds him back. And that is literally the first experience you get with Killer Croc in the Batman Arkham series. And his first line to you is, "I've got your scent, Batman. Be afraid." Oh man, like playing the game for the first time, it was very intense. But since like I said, I love the Arkham game so much, I've played that one over and over again. So every time he comes up, I'm just like got screenshot mode ready to go. um, but basically throughout the game, he's not really a big bad boss. It's just kind of like one of those like you're having to pass through, so you have to take him on kind of bosses. And he, of course, being a crocodile, he strives in the sewers. And basically, you have to walk around these platforms that are floating on top of the water, and you have to walk very slowly because if you walk too fast or like start jumping around, he can sense sense and hear the water moving, and he'll come up, attack the platform, and grab you if you don't move out of the way in time. And at some point in time, pardon me, he'll just go on a straight rampage and start destroying the platforms in a row, and he'll be chasing you down the rafts until he reaches a point where he just feels like he has to stop for whatever reason. And other times, ones I find quite funny because, like I said, since I played the game so much, I just like know when it's coming now. He will hop above the platform, start charging towards you, and some areas of the sewers there's like gates. He will blast through those and keep charging at you. And the only way to take him down is you have to take a batarang, throw it as electric collar, and make sure you're aiming at it, because then you'll activate the shocking ability and he'll fall into the water again, and just you'll have to continue on from there. And like I said, it's like because I've played it so much, I just know when it's coming. So when I hear the music or like I hear the noise he makes when he starts to pop up, I'm already like looking around with a batarang at the ready. Oh man. But this is honestly one of my favorite Batman villains. Even though he's kind of a small-time villain, he's not, like I say, he's not big about world domination. He just wants to rule Gotham City and cause chaos. But he's one of my favorite Batman villains. He is honestly one of the spookiest pops I got that I can talk about and put a lot of story behind. And yeah, that's about it for today. I hope you all enjoyed the installments for Spooky Funkotastic Friday. Yeah, sadly, it's going to have to come to an end. Halloween is next Wednesday, but it ends after that. But for next Funkotastic Friday, since it is November, yes, that is next month, it will be Thanksgiving time. And I'm thinking about like the whole holiday plan like I've been telling you about. So I'm thinking for Thanksgiving, I'm going to do family pops. So like either singular pops that are big about the family, and that's like what they strive to fight for, or family group pops, like I've been doing with Spooky Funkotastic Friday. If y'all have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments down below. Thank y'all again for watching my videos. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll be seeing y'all next time, and Funkotastic Friday.